This video describes Pic2Plot, an AI tool to generate floor plans from house pictures. We're going to go through 4 points for the submission of this project to the Microsoft AI Agents Hackathon, the first one being a demonstration of the entry. Let's go over to teammate Gayathri Chulukala in order to get that.
So let's go to the first use case. So for that we need to select house images. Let's select the house images and we can ask, can you convert my images to floor plan? So the main focus was to get good accuracy in a very less time. We can see, here is our output and we see it's a 1 BHK flat and it was able to draw that in a very faster way. So we can ask, can you give me a floor plan for 3-bed 2-bath? So let's see the response. This uses a rack system and find the similar match. So we can see that there are 3 different, like the top 3 matches.
So there you saw pictures being taken in through a prompt with the chainlit UI and then converted to floor plans with those prompts. And so that was provided with SpatialLM. The second point in the hackathon is to describe our experience building the entry. We started off using a project management software called Basecamp, defining what Pic2Plot would do, which is building floor plans from pictures, and then breaking down outcomes that we expected to have to tackle as part of this project. The team read through that and coordinated in chat. This is asynchronously. Everyone came from different places in the world, including New Zealand, Australia, and Maryland and Seattle. And we ran into a couple of challenges and limitations in our experience, which Tiffany summarized well here. The first one being the SpatialLM model requires a very specific environment. And deploying that within Azure with the available free tier environments was challenging. And the Slammer 3D point cloud reconstruction model, which is used in lieu of photos, that was most readily available for generating floor plan. But as you may have seen in the image when you saw that first floor plan, did it actually match what was there? Well, the Slammer 3D point model is what decides that, and it does not necessarily have the most consistent responses. But we ended up continuing on with our project, and the reason for that relates to the third point, which is an explanation of why you chose to create the entry that you did. So I mentioned that there was the definition of Pic2Plot originally. It was inspired by real estate usage. Companies like Zillow and Redfin, they have this data. They can provide a feature to people who want to remodel their homes, etc. But what was really interesting is beyond that original vision, there were a lot of great inspirations that come from a simple start. And so one idea, for example, is generating a floor plan for the entire property. This doesn't exist today. There's no model that does that. It's only indoor houses that are available. And Tiffany here ended up bringing up some great ideas as well, bringing in local regulations, design standards that maybe aren't general or more specific, designing a functional design from scratch, right? People who want to maybe get new ideas about a specific space in consideration of the floor plan, that can be something that the LLM provides. And different experimentation, right? Enlarging the bed size, being able to say, hey, what does my room look like if I moved the bed over there and got a king-size bed? One of the things with integrating Slammer is that the advancements in this would be really beneficial to the project in terms of what we would get in spatial reasoning and accuracy, and especially measurements. That enables a lot more in terms of what we could do with knowledge about the floor plan of a location. Now, the last point is an answer to the question, how did an agentic framework help you build this solution? And for that answer, we're going to go back to Gayathri.
We utilized multiple models based on the complexity of the use case. For example, PHI3 is a very small model with good latency, which just classifies which tool it needs to call based on the user input. We used Microsoft Azure Blob Storage, which stores the response history so that we can fine-tune the prompt based on the response that is being generated.
So again, the multiple use cases really lend well to an agentic framework. Thank you very much for watching this video. The last thing I want to say beyond the video's allocated time is thank you to the team who ended up running with this and doing this in their off time. Gayathri, Tiffany, Dongdong. They were fantastic in terms of coordinating, working through limitations and discoveries. All of us ended up seeing the same constraints and errors on trying to deploy. So great job, team. Great job working through the pivots, and have a good day.